Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today is the attack phase of the club clash. Now it is important for clubs to come together and collectively have a strategy in doing the club clash. It is very important to have a collective effort in occupying the main streets in your major towns or squares, because during this attack phase one person is only given one main street to attack. Now you have been assigned the following number of streets. One main street. Check your rival's neighborhood, coordinate with your club mates, and choose the main street you think are the best for you. So some streets are occupied by the defense phase, so that is why it's important to defend some streets, and some streets are not. So the streets that are occupied by the enemy group that you choose in their neighborhood in attack phase, you will need to put up a time on the first street, and then you will need to continue to attack in order to conquer the street. If your enemy places a defense on that specific street, you are able to see the car that was used, the time that was run, and also any other perks that is with the street. You see also the base points that you get when you conquer the street. Then you can choose your car to attack that specific street because it is being conquered. And when you beat the time that is posted by the enemy or the enemy club, then you automatically conquer that street and you will take over that street. Now, as we enter this section of the club clash, we will go into the neighborhood town to make an attack at this time. Now, on entering the neighborhood town, you will see that you and your club members have to start from attack your rival neighborhood from the main streets, which means in the defense phase, you as a club should defend your main streets as well. Now, when you check the main street, you can see that no one is occupying this main street, so you can occupy it directly. And if you want to start from there, you choose and make a decision. If not, you can choose another main street. You can see that there are no other places that you can attack unless is using a main street. So now I am choosing the main street on Avenue 6. It has been occupied by a rival and the time is 1:33.540. You can see that the track is 1000 minutes. So in doing this, you think about the car that you have in place, what you can do to finish this race, how you can coordinate with your club, and then you make a choice. If you have chosen Main Street 6, then you continue with the event. Then you see that there's an alley, Main Street 2. You see the car that is used, the DSE tents. You see the time that is placed there. You should know if you have a car that can beat this time, and if you beat this time, you will conquer the street. So you have the authority to occupy the street. You can see the rival in the lower left hand corner of the street who is occupying it currently. So I occupy the street. When you occupy the street, you cannot change from that now. You have to attack. In attacking, you choose a car that you know will beat that car in relation to speed and completing the time. So you go through your inventory. There are a certain amount of cars that you're allowed to use. You go through your inventory, check the cars that you want to use. You can use the same car that is used if you wish, or you can use another car. You can use a type D car if you wish, or you can use a type C car, or whatever is available in the list. This is on the C and D. The idea is though, when you are defending the streets, you must use a certain type of car, but when you are attacking, you can use what is available to you as the club clash allows you. So I have chosen my C-Class McLaren GT 3-star car to attack this street that is occupied by a member of the rival club. The best route was to choose the left right there just now. However, I chose the right and I continue using all those perks that you normally use in your regular events. Shockwave here, drift, and as much as possible you shockwave over this ramp so you can make it. If you are going very slow, you will not make it and you will crash, and so the race should have finished right now. So in this attack phase, you have to coordinate your efforts. Alright, you could have gone on the right section there, it would take you a ramp. However, I drifted and kept left. You can choose the spiral out if you wish, but sometimes it's not necessary, because I think the time that is placed here, as you can see, it's 55,636, and I went 54,773. I could have gone way lower than that because this car should be fast. Now you see, I've conquered the street on my first try, and that is also important in the amount of points you get. You conquer it in the first try, you get more points. If you have to use other tries to conquer it, then the points get smaller and the amount that you can get. These points that you have received by conquering the street that was occupied is added to your total. Now this allows you to move on to the next phase. So I've conquered the main street 2, now I can move on to Avenue 6. You see that it is being occupied by a rival, and the track 1000 minutes. You can see that you cannot occupy another street if you have started to attack on that street, as it is showing you. And I'm just experimenting to show you that the options that are there. So what happens is that you have to continue with the street that is being occupied. Now that street was defended in the defense phase by the rival club. Now I have to attack the street and beat him by beating the time. Alright, so you see that I've conquered the first section on the main street because it was occupied. If it was not occupied, there's an option to just stop and conquer it because it is not being defended. I was not defended, and that is why it is important for clubs to coordinate in making efforts to defend the streets. Alright, it's definitely important for clubs to coordinate in making efforts to defend the street, because if you have occupied your main streets, then it will be a more challenge for the rival club during the attack phase to hit your club or to your street, because it is being occupied, and in order to move forward they have to beat the time that you have, and to get the best score and best points they have to beat the time on the first try. Okay, so it is very important that we coordinate in making efforts when you want to do a defense phase, so that it will not affect you here in the attack phase of the club clash. This is really an exciting feature that Asphalt Gameloft has placed in the Asphalt 9 Legends game, and this allows teamwork and community building as we go on. Now in this attack phase, as I said, it is same time bound, which means as much as possible you do all the races as if you are doing a Grand Prix. Grand Prix needs time and is time bound. So you will do all the races as if you are doing a Grand Prix. Go as fast as possible. This race is not as clean or as fast as it should be. It's not as planned out as it should be, but I'm trying to be as fast as possible. My aim is to beat 1:33.540, and that is the rival time to beat, as you see on the right side of the screen. Choosing this option, choosing the extreme left option, going around this section. And I just chose 360 there so I can get some nitro to finish the race fast. 1:24, 4:85, 4:86, which means I have conquered this street on my second try. What happened on my first try is that I had a connection issue, and so I was not able to conquer the street on my first try, and so and that was registered by the game. And so I've conquered on my second try, which means I've got the points. Now, as you see, there are no persons occupying the street, so it asks if you want to attack. If you say yes, you have committed to conquering the street. Whoa, this allows you to say tap to attack, tap to conquer it, which means it is not being occupied. It was not defended in the first place. So it gives you an option to say you want to tap to occupy, or you want to tap to attack. If you commit and say yes, then automatically the street is occupied and you have to move on to another one. You see? So I did not need to race here because it is not occupied. It was not defended in the defense stage by the rival team. This other section, this other street was not defended also, and so I just tapped to occupy it. So that is the idea. Now what is happening here is that you have to coordinate and know which sections you will be defending, which streets you will be defending, what areas you will be defending in the defense phase, so that when the attack phase comes down, you have something to put up against your enemies. This case I didn't need to race either because it is not defended, so I just stopped the attack. So whatever, it is like a hostile takeover in this case. There was no need to race to attack it. Now if you reach at a point that the race has to branch off to a new juncture, it asks you if you really want to attack there. I tap to attack right here, and that brings me all the way to the end of the race, and the streets, and the entire avenue is conquered and attacked based on the fact that I did not have any more than one or two rivals. The first two streets, the main street and the second section, that I had to race against time for someone else. And so for the rest of it, I would have had less work. So if we coordinate as a club, or your club coordinates, then you have less work to do in relation to attacking in the attack phase. But if you coordinate in making the defense, then you will give the rival club more work to do in trying to beat your times. And in this is the reason why you have to put up the best times possible. You have to do this club clash as if you are doing a Grand Prix. Your fastest time possible, your best time ever. And now you can see that I have started from Main Street at number 2, going all the way through to the end, and I have conquered that street just now. So you'll see the points difference on the left where you see Revolution X. And so this is basically it for the attack phase. You coordinate your efforts, you choose the main street that you want to attack, you commit to that street. Some sections you might need to race, sometimes you only need to tap to conquer it because it was not defended. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. If you have received value from this video, please tap the notification bell and give a thumbs up. Thank you all for watching.